You can say that you're bulking all you want, but if you're not hitting your protein, you're not gonna see that muscle growth. Just saying. I never get to show anyone this, so I'm forcing y'all to see it. This is just to film the video.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing.
Jumbo everyone, welcome back. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about basically my fitness journey from when I kind of started being consistent up until now. And that was basically almost 2 years ago. And I haven't really filmed a video of my journey, my progress, and kind of my weight gain journey. I feel like a lot of the times people post about their weight loss journey. I'm talking about my weight gain journey, okay? I was a little itty bitty bitch, and some bitches don't look good skinny. Me. And I've said that from the beginning. I don't look good skinny, therefore I don't like to be skinny. I like to be thick. So in this video, I'm kind of gonna be talking about where I started, everything along those lines, and showing pictures, and just so y'all can see the growth with me. Without further ado, let's get started. So I've always worked out on and off, but where I really started working out was back in 8th grade, and I ultimately saw that was where I saw my ability when it came to strength. I knew I was always a strong kid and always just had, I guess, athleticism and my abilities, but when it came to weight training, it was just like a different type of love that I had for other sports. I kind of fell off of it, you know, during the last years of high school and even just the beginning of freshman year of college. I don't think I probably went to the gym once. Obviously, when you're in a relationship that doesn't serve you, you're not going to do things that serve you, and therefore I fell out of love with the gym until I was single. Y'all already know that post-breakup single glow, being like, okay, finna get my shit together and have a revenge glow up, and that's exactly what I did. I broke up with my ex in August of 2022, and by September of 2022, it was my sophomore year of college, and I was like, okay, we're gonna get started in this gym. I'm not playing around anymore. I kept saying I wanted to get back into the gym, but that actions speak louder than words. If I'm not going to the gym and getting back into that routine, how am I gonna say that I want to be a gym girly? Just saying. I started going to my school gym, and that was kind of where like I started off. And if you didn't know, I've been working at Cheesecake Factory for almost 2 years now. So just like that server life, I was starting to like make the money after like a year really understanding how to manage my money, and that is what ultimately was the reason why I was even able to afford my gym membership in the first place. I go to like a private gym. Am I gatekeeping? No. I go to Los Campeones, and that gym isn't too expensive, but it is definitely an investment. And for me personally, I think that paying a price like that for a gym membership is the reason why I stayed consistent, because with it being $63 a month, I'm like, okay, that's kind of a lot of money a month. And so it also, within thinking like that and being like, okay, this is $63 a month, I was basically thinking, because of how it was $2 a day, that's ultimately what gave me my video idea on Instagram Reels on how that kind of went viral. But basically in the reel, I was talking about a 3.5 every week or a $35 gym membership every month. And I just want to show like the way in which we spend money on certain things like weed. I know I'm not knocking anybody. I fucking smoke every day. And so especially like that's my pre-workout. I always smoke before the gym. That's where I'm just like, you can do both, but it's also, we need to look at how much money you're spending on weed versus going to the gym. And for all my high productive stoners, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people who are saying they want to get into the gym, but they don't have money for it, but they're spending absurd amount of money on weed when a Planet Fitness gym membership is $10 a month. We're the priority. So that's what I mean by, you know, having an expensive gym membership like that is what ultimately pushed me into really being consistent in the gym. So October is when I ultimately started at Los, and since then I am glad to say that I've been consistent since then. And this is also what I mean by, I don't care who looks at me crazy. This is for my progress only. This is my archival of my life. You're not worried about it. I started to not care about filming in the gym, and that's also when I invested in a tripod, because being able to just boom, set up your tripod, record your set real quick, it's more of just, okay, I'm recording to post this on the internet. It's to also be like, what does my form look like? What do I need to change? And that's why I say it's so important to record yourself while working out, because it's more of, if you're gonna post it or not, it's not only for you to be able to look back at the progress that you've done, but also to be able to correct anything that you're doing wrong. So I ultimately fell in love with filming and being able to track my progress report. And this is when I was kind of posting on my fitness account, but not really. And that is where I just wanted to get into the consistency of posting and working working out first place. I wasn't ultimately at the confidence that I wanted to be at, so I had to keep going. I had to keep being consistent in order to be where I am today and with the confidence that I have and being consistent in the gym. So after a little bit of time had passed, say it's now April 2023, I was like, okay, I still had never really been tracking my calories, tracking my protein. That's something that I never really do just because of the relationship of food that I've had in the past. So I kind of find it more dangerous to do those things. So I kind of try to stay away from them. I'll get into that later on. But even then in April, I wasn't really tracking anything. I was like kind of just going through the motions, going through the flow of like, okay, I've been consistent. I have a 5-day split. I'm doing it every day. I was kind of at the period where it's like I'm seeing results, but not enough to where I'm like, okay, it's paying off. So that's where I'm like, okay, I gotta keep going and I gotta keep grinding. So that's what I continue to do. By June of 2023, that's where I was like, okay, I really want to challenge myself. And that is where I decided that I was gonna do the 75 medium challenge. Everybody's like, what the fuck is the 75 medium challenge? I've heard of the hard, I've heard of the soft. What the fuck is the 75 medium? Essentially, I feel like I made up the 75 medium for me, and the reason for it is it's right in the middle. It's kind of hard and it's kind of still a part of the soft, but it's also catered to me. Keyword me, DM, right? Yeah. So basically I started the 75 medium, and it was basically just, you know, go on a 25-minute walk every day, go to the gym, or like close my rings basically, or do a 30-minute workout. It was just different things, like reading a book, still a part of the different challenges, but just catered to my goals. And with doing that challenge, it taught me the importance of not only consistency, but staying true to my word, reading a book every day, eating 3 meals. Like that was where I started getting into my routine. And I always said I wasn't a breakfast person, but this is where I started, even if it was just simple, like peanut butter bagel. I need something in my system before the going to the gym, and that was the importance of that challenge is what showed me that. And so that's what I can be grateful for, is doing that challenge. Also throughout that challenge, I was probably the most lean pump I would say that I was, at least when it came to my glutes, especially going towards like July, August. I would say that's definitely where I was my leanest, especially because I wasn't caring about calories or protein, and I wasn't necessarily bulking, if that makes sense. Also with being a server, I was doubling a lot. I was easily getting 20,000 steps a day. So that's where I could also see the bubbliness from, you know, doing all that extra cardio, especially getting my body right. And now that I've been gaining weight, it's a little bit different, but I'll talk about that later. Now that it's like, you know, I finished my 75 medium challenge, I had seen the importance of eating 3 meals a day, going to the gym, getting my cardio in. Now it was like September area. In September, I would say I was definitely lean, but I could also see the progress coming on with my glutes especially. And this is where I decided, okay, I think I want to bulk. I just don't know how. Let's be real. I'm gonna be real. I did dirty bulk. Going from, I would say September to December area, maybe even January. Yeah, right before I went on my trip to Bali, where I had been bulking, but dirty bulking in a sense. I was just eating extra calories, extra cheesecake, extra all that other stuff, being like, oh, okay, I need to hit my calories, all that other stuff. That was my biggest downfall. Not necessarily my biggest downfall, but it was more of like, I kind of stopped caring and being like, oh, I'm just bulking, I can eat whatever I want, when it doesn't work like that. Yes, I was seeing results. Yes, I was gaining weight, but it wasn't necessarily the results that I ultimately wanted. You can say that you're bulking all you want, but if you're not hitting your protein, you're not going to see that muscle growth. Just saying. So that's also kind of the battle that I was going through. Like, yes, I would eat a parm chicken from work, but bitch, do you know how much fat that has in it? So it's also like that aspect as well, where I was just literally eating whatever I wanted. I didn't care. I was like, I'm bulking. I need the protein. Protein's all I care about. I'ma eat it. Then in January, I went to Bali. January of 2024, I went to Bali for my 21st birthday, and you can go watch the video there. But going to Bali, oh my gosh, that shit taught me the importance of eating. So going to Bali, obviously, if you didn't know, Bali doesn't tolerate any type of drugs at all. So coming from a heavy stoner, going to Bali and not being able to even hit a cart or even hit anything for 8 days, basically 10, because traveling was another 2 days on each end. So basically not being able to hit shit for 10 days, I was like, what the fuck? So that was ultimately very hard. And also in Bali, everybody calls it Bali belly, food poisoning, whatever. I was extremely scared because if you didn't know, I have a fear of emetophobia, which is a fear of throwing up. I was extremely scared of eating something or drinking something accidentally and having Bali belly and throwing up. So I ultimately didn't eat. I found this place called Bella Tacos and ordered the same thing damn near every single night. I ordered a chicken burrito with no beans, no tomatoes, extra chicken. I ate that basically for a week straight because I think it was the first time where I ordered something off of Grab and I ordered a chicken quesadilla. Why was there an egg in it? I was like, okay, so we're bamboozling me. That's where I was like, fine, I'll eat the same fucking thing every single day. And that's what I did. Also, because I know bitches watch my shit, I used to have a roommate that lived with me, Betsy. She didn't want to pay her bills the last month right before I went to Bali, and I ended up having to pay $200 in utilities before I went on my trip and was poor on my trip. I got a little resentment. I'm not gonna lie. And yes, I will name drop your ass because rule number one, if it's about me, at me so I can see it. I'm adding you bitches. You bitches made me spend $200 on utilities when that could have went towards Bali, and I wouldn't have been able to starve down there, and I wouldn't have spent all my money on transportation. I'm just pissed off because it's like that was also another reason why I starved in Bali. I literally had to pay my utilities before I went on this trip because my ex-roommate wanted to skip out on them and thought, oh, well, I'm not living there, so I don't have to pay utilities. Your shit was still here. You gotta pay utilities, but I digress. I digress. Anyways, within that Bali trip, I literally probably lost like 10 pounds. And when I came back and there was still a little bit of weed in my grinder and I still had some food, Lord, smoked my weed, came inside and literally binged. I'm not even gonna lie. I binged because I was like, my body was starving from not being able to eat the way that I used to. And that's where I ultimately gained my appreciation for food, was going on that trip to Bali and not eating properly. I will say that chicken from Creta, chef's fucking kiss. I think about it every day. But at the end of the day, like, I still didn't eat like that. And that's where I'm like, okay, came back. I was like, bitch, you need to get on your protein shit because we're not gonna starve the way that we did back in Bali. So this is ultimately, again, like, I was thicker. I was still gaining weight, but going on that Bali trip, not eating the way that I did, man, I got an appreciation for food. So going from January now to March, you know, being back for a couple of months, that's where I ultimately started really eating like 3 meals a day and still eating Cheesecake Factory and still saying I'm bulking. And even from now until probably a week ago, I decided that, okay, we need to cut the fucking Cheesecake Factory food out because it's messing up with my results. So in March, you know, I'm still eating every day. I'm definitely seeing the weight gain, which I love because with the tattoo, it just ties it in. It just ties it in perfectly. So it's like one leg, obviously I'm fully tatted up. The other leg, I can genuinely see like how much weight I'm gaining. I'm getting new gym clothes. I'm really seeing my body fill out. And that's where I'm like, we're doing something right. We're doing something right. But like I said, eating the way that I've been eating and eating any dead food at Cheesecake Factory, I need to stop fucking doing that. It's literally messing with my results. So that's ultimately, here we are now, June of 2024. I would say that I ultimately have a good relationship with food. I eat breakfast every day. That's something that I don't play about just because I go to the gym. Even if it's a peanut butter bagel and a 25-gram ratio protein yogurt, I'm gonna eat it. My thing now is that I've seen a little back fat. I know, crazy. That's what happens when you gain weight. I've seen a little back fat and it's starting to make me insecure. Not even gonna lie. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, we need to lock the fuck in. You got the glutes that you want. Now I just need to tone this stomach up a little bit. And that requires me eating properly. Damn, I forgot to put my food on. Forgot to put my hard-boiled eggs on. So yeah, basically I want to learn how to make like more high protein meals. Even when it comes to like sugars and sweet, I see everybody adding their 1 scoop of protein powder in and I'm like, I can do that, so why not? So that's ultimately what I'm gonna try to do. I want to lean out just a little bit. I am the heaviest that I've been, but I'm also the happiest that I've been. And so that's where I'm also like, okay, like I can see that I can gain weight, but now I just want to lean out a little bit. I want leanness. I know I'm lean when it comes to upper body, but it's just like right in between. It's like my stomach area. And I've been doing core, I've been doing all that. I'm gonna continuously do cardio, obviously, but just like I want to take myself more seriously. I want to show myself this is what happens when you really invest in fitness. I've been going to the gym, okay, I showed myself you can eat food now. You have a decent relationship with food. Now it's time to take this protein shit seriously. Now it's time to really stop eating dead food at Cheesecake Factory because all that fucking fat in that food. I digress. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video of me yapping per usual. I just wanted to talk about my weight gain journey, and now I guess you guys can follow me on my like little lean bulk journey. Okay, if you want more content like this and just kind of like sit down talking about just my weightlifting journey or just gym content in general, because I feel like a lot of people don't talk about the ins and outs and just shit in general. So I don't know, let me know. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video and I'll see you on my next one. Bye y'all.